Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial of the day that is relevant for both prelims and mains examination perspective will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with news topic list. Today is 8th of July. The first news is Bharat New Car Assessment Program. This is from the text and context page of the Hindu. Second, Center to Promote Dragon Fruit Cultivation will see the relevance of this fruit. Third, Chhattisgarh get notes for the school project funded by the World Bank. Fourth, India push for complete disengagement at the line of actual control. And the last is an editorial, their fair share. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. So first news of the day, that is new draft on the Bharat New Car Assessment Program, something important for General Studies Paper 2, that is government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from its design and implementations. So recently, Ministry of Road and Transport and Highway has approved draft DSR. This is known as General Statutory Rules. So GSR जो approve की गई है government की तरफ से, that has notified seeking the comments on the proposed introductions of Bharat New Car Assessment Program, also known as Bharat NCAP. Something very important for your prelims examination. Specifically mains में आप इस पे क्वेश्चन एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. Now the new car assessment program provide a reliable information about the car safety. So this is to ensure that car safety standard is as per the norms of the international standard. तो गवर्नमेंट ने कोशिश की है इस रूल के थ्रू इंडिया की जो क्रैश सेफ्टी है कार को लेकर के उसको कैसे और बढ़ाया जा सके, बेहतर किया जा सके. So the information about the crash safety of the vehicles based on certain common criteria and procedures. Now then, the step that is taken by the government will help acquire the foothold of the international market. खास करके जो international market है वहाँ पे भी इंडिया की जो vehicles है वो export and even meeting the other global standard would be possible. Now what is the aim of Bharat NCAP? Bharat NCAP, that is the new car assessment program, will serve as a consumer-centric platform, allowing the consumer to opt for a safer car, जहाँ पे एक स्टार रेटिंग के थ्रू उनको पता चल पाएगा कि उनकी कार कितनी ज़्यादा सेफ है. सो द स्टार रेटिंग वुड बी प्रोवाइडेड दैट वुड कॉल फॉर even that would call for promoting healthy competitions among the OEM in India that is manufacturing the safer vehicles. Now, according to the Ministry of Road and Transport and Highway, जो स्टार रेटिंग होगी on the Indian car based on their crash test, ये जो स्टार रेटिंग दी जाएगी वो उसके क्रैश टेस्ट के परफॉर्मेंस पे दी जाएगी कि कितनी ज़्यादा वो सेफ्टी प्रोवाइड करती है. So it is extremely crucial not only to ensure the structural passenger safety in the cars, but also to increase the export worthiness of Indian automobile. तो इंडिया में जो गाड़ियाँ एक्सपोर्ट की जाती हैं फॉरेन कंट्रीज में, उसमें भी इंडिया की जो वर्दीनेस है, जो क्रेडिबिलिटी है मैन्युफैक्चरर्स की, वो ज़्यादा बढ़ेगी. The new car assessment program NCAP provide globally reliable information about the car safety of the vehicles based on their common criteria and procedures. Now evaluation कैसे की जाएगी vehicles की, क्या क्या criteria mentions किए गए हैं. So the voluntary Bharat NCAP would assign vehicles between 1 to 5 parameters. तो इस जो स्टार रेटिंग है वो 1 to 5 के स्टार रेटिंग में मिलेगी. उसके कुछ पैरामीटर्स डिसाइड किए गए like upon which they would be given. So first is the adult occupant protection, also known as AOP. Second is the child occupant protection, that is COP. And third is the safety assist technology, that is SAT. तो ये तीन पैरामीटर्स हैं जिन पे उनको स्टार रेटिंग दी जाएगी कार के मैन्युफैक्चरर्स को. Now it would study the frontal impact, the side impact and the possibility of door opening after the crash. अगर कोई गाड़ी एक्सीडेंट करती है तो उसके फ्रंटल इम्पैक्ट कैसे होंगे, क्या डोर ओपन होगी नहीं होगी, साइड में क्या इम्पैक्ट होंगे, किस तरह से वो सेफ्टी प्रोवाइड करेगी. दिस इज समथिंग विच दे हैव टू चेक. डेफिनेटली डिपेंड अपॉन द नेचर ऑफ द एक्सीडेंट ऑल्सो, राइट. आप कितनी भी व्हीकल्स ले लें, बट अगर नेचर ऑफ एक्सीडेंट या फिर नेचर ऑफ क्रैश अगर बहुत हाई है तो वहाँ पे पॉसिबिलिटी थोड़ी कम हो जाती है. Now the Bharat NCAP would conduct द फरेंटल ऑफसेट क्रैश टेस्टिंग स्पीड्स जो है वो 64 किलोमीटर रखी गई है इन स्टेट ऑफ प्रीवियस 56 किलोमीटर नॉर्म्स. So this is a change that has been proposed. Take a note of this. Now, offset collisions are those where the one side of the vehicle frontal and not the full vehicle width are the barrier. So this is how the complete evaluation process would go. Now, और अगर बात करें किस तरह से collisions में टेस्ट होनी है, so after the test collision to assess the adult protection, जो मैंने आपको 3 criteria बताएं, adult, child and safety. So in adult protection, the dummy would be checked for injuries on the head, neck, chest, knees, pelvic areas and the low leg, foot and ankle. तो किस पर्टिकुलर बॉडी ऑर्गन में कितनी डैमेज हो सकती है अगर गाड़ी उस स्पीड से क्रैश करती है उस पर. Now whether the airbag protections of the occupant heads that moves extremely after the collision would be evaluated, or something that is something very important in terms of checking the quality of the airbags also. Now for assessing the child protection, ANCAP would evaluate in the impact of child restraint system and the airbag safety. तो ये जो 3 पैरामीटर्स हैं उनके स्पेसिफिकली अलग अलग क्राइटेरिया बनाए गए हैं, टेस्टिंग की जाएगी so that the star rating can be given to a vehicle. Now, what is its impact on the domestic automobile industries? The proposed, basically, the rules that has come by the government, the focuses of this is to have a zero tolerance on the road accident. And in February, the Ministry of Road and Transport and Highway had said that effort must be made to reduce by 50% of accident by 2025. This is what the government vision is behind this particular programs and policy. और भारत एनकैप की अगर बात करें, it is implemented in domestic testing agency that would test for M1 category of the vehicles, passenger vehicles not more than 8 seaters, right? तो अभी इनिशियली और उनकी जो वेट होनी चाहिए गाड़ी की 3.5 टन से कम होनी चाहिए, राइट? इवन इम्पोर्टेड कार्स, डोमेस्टिकली मैन्युफैक्चर्स, ये सारे पे एप्लीकेबल होगी. So this is how this would be initially applicable for only this kind of vehicles. Now, if this complete Bharat NCAP is cleared by the government, it would be applicable from 1st of April 2023. Now, moving to the other news, Center to promote dragon fruit cultivation, something important for General Studies Paper 2 under the topic Government Policies and Intervention for the development of various sector and issues arising from and design and implementation. What is the significance of this news? Why I'm discussing a news which is there on the dragon fruit? Because this time in the UPSC prelims examination, UPSC has asked a questions on Gucci mushroom, right? So it become relevant for you to know each and every fact, whatever something comment अगर उस पर फोकस करिए या कोई ऐसी चीज़ें न्यूज़ में रही हैं. तो इस बार के प्रीलिम्स में ये सवाल पूछा गया था गुची के ऊपर. If you have checked question paper, it is well and good. I'm not discussing this. I'm just showing you that the question was asked by the UPSC. So let's understand about the fruit, that is the dragon fruit. So following the footstep of Gujarat and Haryana, the central government has decided to promote the cultivation of dragon fruit, also known as superfruit, for its health benefits. So prelims में क्या सवाल बन सकते हैं इस तरह के क्वेश्चन से, किसी भी तरह के स्टेटमेंट्स आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं, एंड आई टेक अ नोट ऑफ दैट कि कहाँ पे स्टेटमेंट आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. So center feels that considering the cost effectiveness and the global demand of the fruit due to its high nutritional value, its cultivation can be expanded in India. At present, it is considered to be exotic fruit cultivated over 3,000 hectares, and the plan is to increase by 50,000 hectares in 5 years. Even you can get a question in mains examination, and you can even use it as an example. This is a dragon fruit. Almost 3 वैरायटी या 3 वेरिएंट के अवेलेबल हैं वर्ल्ड वाइड. इंडिया में भी ये तीनों वैरायटी आपको मिल जाएंगे. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव चेक इट आउट. इफ नॉट, if find it in your local fruit shop, you must get it. This is known as dragon fruit. बाकी हर जगह पे लोकल नेम पे भी इसको एड्रेस करते हैं. Now स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की क्या इनिशिएटिव है ड्रैगन फ्रूट को प्रमोट करने के लिए? So the state like Gujarat government has recently named the dragon fruit as Kamalam, that is known as lotus, and announced the incentive for the farmer who will cultivate it. Second, the Haryana has provided a grant to the farmer who has already planted the exotic fruit variety. Now, this fruit is considered good for the diabetic patients, low in calorie and high in nutrients like iron, calcium, potassium, and zinc. So this can be a very possible statement for your UPSC prelims examination, that why the preference is given to such fruit. And this fruit is high in domestic and global market because of its high nutritional value. Now, according to the authorities and the Indian Council for Agriculture Research, IACR ने कहा that this plant fruit does not need much water and can be cultivated on the dry land too. So this is a second possible statement that can be framed in the prelims. तो आपसे ये पूछा जा सकता है that this plant do not require much water. That is a true statement. Now, cultivation in India की अगर बात करें, at present the dragon fruit is cultivated in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Haryana, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and Andaman and Nicobar. West Bengal is the new to take the cultivation of this exotic fruit from 3rd of August 2021. They have already started. Some more information about the dragon fruit, which might be important for the prelims question, because we have seen already a question on the Gucci mushroom. तो यहाँ पे कई सारे ऐसे स्टेटमेंट हो गए जो आपको उस टाइम पे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में हेल्प करेंगे. पहली बात है ड्रैगन फ्रूट के बारे में. दिस इज cholesterol free, this is fat free and good source of fiber. These are the point that you can remember. And the other important point is that it contains high vitamin C. It is packed with good healthy fiber and magnesium, and it is very low in calories. So these are some of the important features about the dragon fruit. Now moving to the other news, that is Chhattisgarh get nod for the school project funded by the World Bank, important for General Studies paper 2, that is issues related to development and management of education and human resources. So recently the Chhattisgarh government has received in principle approval from the central government to get and go ahead with 300 million, that is approximately 2,100 crore rupees for a school project in the state that is negotiated with the World Bank, right? So डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक अफेयर के अंदर आती है जब कोई अमाउंट 500 करोड़ से ऊपर जाती है, देन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक अफेयर टेक द ग्रांटिंग अप्रूवल प्रोसेस. So the Department of Economic Affair has approved the in approval process for the project. Now more about this proposal, the proposal on which the starting something which will be started by the 2 months ago. Actually ये जो process है 2 महीने पहले start हुई थी, which sent to the center after the state finance department has cleared from the Chhattisgarh, and the initiative will allow the Chhattisgarh government to borrow almost 300 million over a period of 5 and significantly lower the market rate that is over the past 20 years. Now in principle approval nod means that center has no objections to the state borrowing from the external institution, that is from the World Bank. Now, there is no financial approval put in pathways for the state to proceed with the subsequent discussions. Now, similarly, the World Bank has also in principle approval that is willing to fund the project. Execution plan की अगर बात करें, this will be followed by the World Bank team visit to the Chhattisgarh. They will also make a visit. Then only the final approval can be possible. The team is scheduled to arrive this month in the later. इस मंथ के एंड तक उनकी आने की संभावना है, एंड दे विल प्रिपेयर अ DPR, also known as detailed project report, with the center and the World Bank that will put up before the World Bank board and the center for the final approval. So there are some due process that has to be followed before the initial approval get it. Now the DPR will also have a detailed plan on how the money would be spent. World Bank assistance on education system की बात करें, they have already helped India in the Indian education school system since 1994, and one of the most significant project linked is 2021 की, जहाँ पे 500 million strengthening teacher learning programs के लिए भी दिए गए थे, resulted for the state program improve quality governance, that is for the school education in 6 Indian states. Now that list does not include Chhattisgarh. उस टाइम पे इस लिस्ट में छत्तीसगढ़ का नाम कहीं भी नहीं था. Now they are getting a special assistance from the World Bank. Now other news, that is India push for complete disengagement at the LAC line of actual control पे. ये important है आपके General Studies paper 2 under the topic India and its neighborhood relations. So on the sideline of G20 meeting which is ongoing, India कॉल फॉर चाइना, जहाँ पे कंप्लीट डिसएंगेजमेंट की बात की है इंडिया ने फ्रॉम द मिलिट्री फोर्सेज ऑन द बोथ साइडेड ऑफ द लाइन ऑफ एक्चुअल कंट्रोल. दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट 2 years down the line and still no conclusive actions has been taken in this regard. So the two countries have engaged in the military standoff in the eastern Ladakh 2 years ago, and the two ministers, that is from India and China, had an hour meeting on the sideline of G20 meeting which is held in Bali in Indonesia. G20 की वेन्यू भी आपके एक बार competitive examination apart from UPSC become important. So G20 की venue कहाँ थी? Bali, Indonesia. So this is one of the first bilateral engagement by the External Affairs Minister to the Chinese government. And this is the first formal meeting they are having on the sideline of the G20 meeting. The two countries have engaged in the military standoff in Eastern Ladakh 2 years down the road. Now, call for a resolution to the standoff. Now, External Affairs Minister called for an early resolutions to the outstanding issues of the line of actual control in the Eastern Ladakh. और यहाँ पे डिसएंगेजमेंट की प्रोसेस कई बार हुई, मिलिट्री लेवल की टॉक्स भी हुई, बट अगेन द सक्सेस वाज नॉट अचीव्ड, राइट? So now they have reiterated to sustain the momentum of complete disengagement and remaining areas to restore with the peace, tranquility in the border region. Now some map work become important for you. अगर बात करें LAC की, often 23 disruption sensitive areas हैं, almost 3,488 kilometers हैं जो कि aggressive lines में आते हैं. And if you look into this map, you can see here, this is the region where the actual standoff is there. Ladakh में Demchok, Tring Heights, Dumanchali, Pongso, Chumar, Sampo Gap, these are the area. और अरुणाचल की अगर बात करें नामचक, these are the area. You can again pause this video. Dibang Valley भी है, सारे areas में है. So this type of name and even the map become important for your examination. Now the other point of concern that is there, and this is the region. This is the red in color is the Sikkim China region, and the yellow color is the Ladakh range, right? So these are the point of concern that must be taken into account. For you as an aspirant, आपको ये ध्यान होना चाहिए कौन कौन से mountain के areas में कौन कौन से states आ रहे हैं. And those of you who have geography as an optional, this become very important for you, right? Now moving to the editorial of the day, their fair share, something important for general studies paper 2, welfare schemes for the vulnerable section of the population by the center and the state. This is written by Thomas Fenn, who is a partner at Mahabali Restaurant and manager, also the member of National Restaurant Association of India. So the entire editorial focuses upon the impact of recent decision by the government to exempt the service taxes in the restaurant. And I'll be simplifying this editorial under 3 important subheads. That is the impact of the rule on the hotel staff, किस तरह से impact करेंगी वो, other side story क्या है, और the conclusion. So recently the Central Consumer Protection Authority, also known as WCPA, has barred the hotel and restaurant from adding any extra service charges automatically in the food bill, right? And as per the new guideline, no collection of service charges shall be done by any other name. This is what the Central Consumer Protection Authorities has come up with a new guideline. No hotel or restaurant shall force the consumer to pay service charges and shall clearly inform the consumer that the service charges is voluntary, optional, and it is the consumer discretion whether they want to pay it or not, right? Now यहाँ पे इस एडिटोरियल में ये दूसरे साइड दिखाई गई है कि अगर सर्विस चार्जेस को हटा दिए गए हैं तो जो लोग एक सर्विस चार्जेस पे इनवॉलेंट्री डिपेंडेंट थे, ऑलमोस्ट इन अ वे दैट दे आर गेटिंग टिप्स और समथिंग, जो शेयर उनका होटल के साथ रहता था, तो जो होटल के स्टाफ हैं उनको सबसे ज़्यादा इनसे इम्पैक्ट होगी. Now, impact of the rule, basically with the hotel and restaurant being barred with the levying the service charges, जो waiters हैं, chef हैं, they are worried about their out of pocket money, basically जो उनको extra money मिलती थी मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से, सर्विस टैक्स में जो उनकी शेयर होती है या जो टिप्स मिलती थी वो उनको नहीं मिल पाएगी, which is again will create a problem for their livelihood also, right? Because they are paid very less और जो incentive होती है वो उनकी इसी foods पे dependent होती है. Now, there are also apprehension that the tips given to the customer by the customer would again be dividend. Service charges will get proportional dividend among the staff, and extra income or incentive that is given would not be given to the staff, chef or any other member from the restaurant. Now, other side story की अगर बात करें, जो सर्विस चार्जेस हैं एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है जहाँ पे ट्रांसपेरेंसी कस्टमर के साथ बनाई जाती है और उनको बताया जाता है कि ये एक्स्ट्रा चार्जेस हम आपसे चार्ज कर रहे हैं to ensure to run our restaurants, to give you amenities, and for something helping our staff also. A service charge which is linked to the sale of the restaurant and independent wages, formally equitable for the fair distribution across the board and discourage the inappropriate incentive. तो किसी तरह से जो दूसरे तरह के incentive है उसको रोकने में और एक proper transparent manner में write up में जो उनको bill दी जाती है उसमें service taxes included होते हैं. Now a restaurant usually provide dine-in, take away and other deliveries. तो अलग अलग जगह पे अलग अलग टैक्सेस नहीं लगाए जाते हैं, इन्हें That is the reason they are also come up with a service tax, which is always in the dining, right? जब आप dining करते हैं, then you are paid with the service charges. Maintaining separate price for each revenue channel would become difficult and it will also be confusing the customers. तो जो other side story है उसमें आप ज़रूर ध्यान दें. Even for general studies paper 4 in the ethics paper, they can ask you that how feasible it is that those people who were actually somehow dependent for the extra money has been impacted by the government decision. So you have to take a call. आप neutral view रख सकते हैं या किस तरह से इसने जो होटल इंडस्ट्रीज के स्टाफ हैं उनको इम्पैक्ट किया. Now conclusion, the restaurant are comfortable with opt-out solutions, increasing the menu price. Restaurant के पास तो ऑप्शन है वो अपने मेन्यू प्राइस को बढ़ा ले, एंड इवन सर्विस चार्जेस को अगर वो नहीं भी हो तो उनके लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. बट जो शेयर एक होटल के रेस्टोरेंट के इंडिविजुअल्स को मिलती थी, मेंबर्स को मिलती थी, शेफ्स को मिलती थी, स्टाफ्स को मिलती थी, वो पूरी तरह से बंद हो जाएगी उनके लिए. रेस्टोरेंट विल डेफिनेटली मेक अ प्रॉफिट, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज देयर विद द होटल स्टाफ. जो शेयर उनकी बनती थी सर्विस टैक्स के थ्रू वो अब नहीं बन पाएगी. Now, the decision has drawn the mixed response from the hotelier, restaurant and association, and many hoteliers, restaurant owners and association across the country has pointed out terrible impact of the COVID-19 pandemic that has hospitality food service raised concern over the impact, and this move will have the impact on the business also. Now, moving to the MCQ questions of the day, before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For first question, the correct option is B. For second question, the correct option is B. For first, it is C. For second, it is B. Now, the first question of the day, that is PM Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat scheme. It aims to provide healthcare to BPL families, and it was recently announced by the Union Budget 2021-2022. Right? You have to check that which among the following is the correct option. Second is National Hydrogen Energy Mission, the mission which capitalizes hydrogen for the cleaner alternative fuel, and it focuses on generation of hydrogen from the green power resources. So do check it out which among the following is the correct option. And this is all about for today's discussion. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.